Hey guys, it's Friday, and today's going to be Terrible Joke Friday. All right, you ready? Here we go. So my friend, the joke is told like this. My friend just phoned and asked if I could loan her $500 to help her pay her rent. And me always willing to help my friends and family out. I told her, I said, well, give me a minute. Let me kind of check my bank account here, and I'll phone you right back. Well, before I could check my bank account, my friend's mom called me and said, hey, don't give her any money. She's a liar. Mom then proceeded to tell me that what she wants to use the $500 for was to get her boyfriend out of jail because she wants to be under the same roof as him for her birthday. So I thought about it for a minute, and I decided to go ahead and give her the $500 because here's the reality. We all need help at times, right? So I phoned her back and I said, yeah, I can help you out. And I met her and I gave her an envelope with the cash in it. Well, a couple hours later, I got a call from the county jail, and I said, hello? And all of a sudden, my friend started screaming at me and asking me, why did you give me counterfeit money? So I answered with this reply. I said, well, you and your boyfriend wanted to be under the same roof for your birthday, didn't you? So I was able to help make that happen. I told you it was a bad joke, but there's really a great point to this that I want you to understand. There is a moral to the story. It's this: counterfeit anything just gets you into trouble. And do you know what another word for counterfeit would be? How about the word phony? A person who is phony is a person who fakes who they really are. Someone once asked me this question. They said, what do you think is the percentage of phonies that go to church? You know, people that they kind of pretend to be God followers and worshipers of God, but we all know they really just aren't. Well, I don't know the answer to that question, and honestly, I don't know that I want to know the answer to that question, but I do know this: I don't want it to be me. I don't want to be a phony, and I personally try hard, like many of you, to not be phony. But sometimes I found that we do things that put other people in a position where they're prompted. We set them up to be phonies. Listen to Daniel chapter 6. And after Daniel successfully exits the lion's den, Darius is so impressed with God that he says this to Daniel in chapter 6, verse 25 on. It says, and King Darius wrote to all the nations and the people of every language and all the earth. This is what he wrote. He said, may you prosper greatly. I issued a decree that in every part of my kingdom, people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and he endures forever. And his kingdom won't be destroyed. His dominion will never end. He rescues and he saves and he performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions. Now I get it. So the king is really impressed, and he thinks that everyone else should be impressed with God too. And we read that and we're kind of like, wow, that's really cool. But to legislate that all people must fear and they must reverence God or else, don't you think that would promote just a bunch of phonies? People that pretend to be reverent of God but really just aren't. They're only doing it to save their lives. And then I thought of this, and I thought about myself. And I thought, are there behaviors or are there intimidation tactics that I employ in my life to get people to behave in a particular way around me? That might not be a true representation of who they really are? Do I intentionally intimidate people or adjust my behaviors around certain people because I want them to either accept me or behave in a certain way? We all know people that do that. And some of us know that just describes ourselves and who we are. And truthfully, wouldn't it be better to know what people are truly like than to promote others to behave as phonies in front of you? If you put on a pretense and therefore you kind of expect others to as well, then you're far more likely to get stabbed in the back by them when you're not around. So do yourself a huge favor and don't bother putting out any counterfeit signals again. And let's work hard to help people know that they don't need to put out any counterfeit signals in front of us either. Then you'll get to see what is truly in the heart of the person that's standing in front of you, even if they're 6 foot in front of you. And then you'll know much better how you can pray for them and what you can really do to help them succeed. I want you to think about that today. We'll see you tomorrow.